Alrighty. Hello, my name is Laura from Social Services. I'm just here to do your assessment, your initial assessment. I know you were just recently admitted to our agency, and for us to get to know you and to see what your goals are and whether you're going to be here short term or long term, we need to complete these quick assessments. Is this a good time to do it?
Yes.
Okay, so the first assessment is the BIMS. It's the brief interview for mental status, just to see how your memory is doing. So the first question is, I'm going to say 3 words for you to remember. Can you repeat them after me? The words are sock, blue, and bed.
Sock, blue, and bed.
Thank you. And then the next question is, can you tell me what year it is?
2020.
Thank you. Do you know what month we are in right now?
I think we're in January.
Thank you. What day of the week is today?
Monday.
And now if we go back to the earlier question, the first question, do you remember the 3 words that I gave you?
Sock and bed. I can't remember the other one.
Okay, the other one was something wrong with feet. Or a color, I'm sorry.
Was it blue?
Yes, that's right. So that's the end of that, the BIMS assessment. Now the second part to the assessment is the PHQ-9, and that's just kind of to see how it is, how you've been feeling lately in the last 2 weeks. So over the past 2 weeks, have you had little interest or pleasure in doing things?
No.
Okay. Have you felt down, depressed, or hopeless in the last 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. How so often? 2 to 6 days, which is several days. How for more of the days of the 2 weeks, or nearly every day?
I would say some days.
Okay. Do you have trouble falling asleep? Have you had trouble falling asleep or sleeping too much these last 2 weeks?
I have a hard time falling asleep at night.
Okay. And then poor appetite or overeating in the last 2 weeks?
No.
No? Okay. Have you felt bad about yourself, that maybe you failed yourself or your family?
No.
Okay. Trouble concentrating on things like watching TV or reading a book?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. How so often?
Maybe just every few days I forget some things.
Okay. And the next question, have you been moving or speaking too slow that people have noticed?
No.
Okay. Or have you been, or opposite beings where you're extremely fidgety or restless? Have you felt like that in the last 2 weeks?
No.
Okay. And then the last question we have to ask all of our residents, do you have thoughts of that you would be better off dead and or harming yourself?
No.
Okay. Alrighty, so then the next couple of questions are just to get to know you a little bit more, and whether you're going to be here short-term or long-term. Coming into the facility, were you living at home alone or with a family member?
I was living at home alone.
Okay, and what was your functional status prior to admission? Were you able to do your own shopping and meal preparation?
Meals on Wheels delivered my meals for me.
Okay, and how about housekeeping?
My daughter comes in and does that for me twice a week.
This week, so you were assisted or you depended on your daughter?
I depended on her.
Okay. How about your personal care, like showering, going to the restroom on your own?
I did that on my own.
Okay. Medication management, did a nurse or anyone help you, or were you able to do that on your own?
My daughter did a medication box for me.
Okay, perfect. And then driving, did you depend on someone driving you around to your appointments or to the store? Or were you able to do that?
I drive sometimes, but I'm really not supposed to. So most of the time my daughter will take me, but I still go when I absolutely have to.
Okay, thank you. And did you have any medical equipment at home, like a wheelchair, a walker, cane?
I use a walker at home.
Okay, anything else like a shower chair, a commode?
I have a shower chair. It's a shower bench, like a transfer one.
Okay, thank you. And then did you have any community supports prior to being admitted here, like any skilled home services with like nursing, home health?
We had home health, but I kicked them out of my house because I didn't like the way they were doing things.
Okay, and after that, you never had any more home health services?
No,
Oh, okay. Did you have any you did say you had home delivered meals, right?
yes,
Okay. Any adult day programs or area for aging?
no,
No. Okay. How about hospice or outpatient treatment programs?
no.
No. Okay. So I'm just going to continue. It's not too almost practically done, but are you responsible for yourself?
Yes, I think I can still make my own decisions.
Okay. And you don't have a power of attorney financially or medically?
My daughter is my power of attorney medically, but I didn't sign it for it to be in effect until I'm not able to.
Okay. Well, just letting you know that you do have rights as a resident. So if you ever need help with um, making a decision for medical or financial power of attorney, we're here to help you. And social services does help with all of that. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any history of legal charges or current involvement with legal charges?
No.
No. Okay. Um, and then what's your marital status? Single, married, divorced, widowed, separated?
I'm widowed.
Okay. Any children?
I have 3 children.
Three. And then are they all still living?
One is deceased and 2 are still alive.
Okay. And they're all the two that are still alive, are they both currently involved in your medical care?
Yes.
Okay. Any military history?
No.
Okay. Alrighty. And has there been any recent experiences that may be affecting you, like a loss of a significant other, major injury or illness, or change in living arrangements?
Well, I lost my husband like a year ago, so I'm still having a hard time with that.
Okay. Would you be interested in like while you're here, I don't know if you're interested in like counseling services to speak to our senior counselor? That's something.
Um, I think I would be open to that.
Okay, definitely. After the assessment, we can definitely talk more about it and I could give you more information on that.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then what would you say your typical mood has been throughout life?
Happy, spontaneous.
Perfect, thank you. Do you have any fears, anything you're scared of?
I don't like spiders or snakes. I don't like to be alone by myself all the time.
Okay, thank you. And then do you have a diagnosis of a major mental illness? If like,
Um, well, I went to the doctor after my husband passed away, and I was put on an antidepressant to help with that. But I don't know if if he gave me a depression diagnosis or not. I don't know.
okay, I'll definitely look into that for you just to, so we can get that on your information here for us. And then do you know if you've ever had any medical record of mental health treatment, like maybe you were seeing a therapist or a counselor or anything else?
No,
No? Do you have any history of trauma or PTSD?
no,
Alrighty. And then do you have any history of substance abuse or alcohol abuse?
no,
No? Okay. And any gambling addiction?
no,
No? Alrighty. And then, so no, you've never been in, participated in any addiction treatment programs or anything like that between those
no.
lines? Alrighty. And then for discharge, do you plan to be discharged from the facility, or is this short term or long?
Um, I want to go home, but my daughters are insistent that I need to stay here for long-term care.
Mhm.
I don't think I need to be here um, for a long time. I think after I get some help with therapy, I can go back home.
Okay, definitely. So, are you doing like physical therapy and occupational therapy, or what are you doing?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So I will definitely get that as like two interventions that you're doing that you'll be participating in while you're here at the facility. And then from there, we could talk about more about whether you're going to stay here, if you plan on being here for short term or long term, because I know you did mention you want to go home, but that also depends on like how you're doing with like PT and OT. And then do you have any goals while you're here?
I just want to get stronger and be able to walk longer distances without having to sit down and just be more independent.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's something definitely, we can put in your goals for while you're here. And then we can, as we meet, like depending on how long you stay here, those goals could change or they can stay the same. But that's the end of the assessment. I don't know if you have any questions for me or if you have any concerns since you've been here.
Um, I don't think I have any questions or any concerns.
Okay, sounds good. Well, if you ever have any questions and the nurse can't help you with an issue or something that may be going on, you can always contact myself or my supervisor. My name's Laura, again, my supervisor. We both work in social services, and we can help you with anything that the nurse may not be able to help you with.
Okay,
Awesome.
thank you.
Of course. Alrighty.
All right, so I'm Stephanie. I'm gonna go next. So I currently am interning at Family Crisis Services Center. So I'm going to be completing an intake form with Laura. The intake form that we complete is with every single person that comes into the facility, whether that be it's for advocacy or if they need counseling services. It's completed on every single client. So if it's a mother and she has children, it's done for the mother and the children as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get started.
Okay.
All right. Hello, I'm Stephanie. Can I get your name
Yes, it's Laura
and your last name?
Molina.
Okay. Can I get your date of birth and your age?
Yes, 7/25/1995.
Okay. And how old are you?
I am 25.
Okay. And let's see here. Can I get a good address for you?
Yes, it's 1234 at 1234 38th Lane, Pueblo, Colorado 81006.
Okay. And can I get the race that you identify with?
Yeah, right.
Okay. And are you Hispanic?
Yes.
Okay. Are you a veteran?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And what's a good phone number for you?
Um, 9 123 4567.
Okay. And is this number safe for me to give you a call back on?
Yes, this would be a good.
Okay. And is it safe to leave a voicemail on that phone as well?
Yeah, that's my personal phone.
Okay. And do you have an email that you would like to use?
Yes, it's Laura1234 at
Okay. And is this email safe for us to send emails to?
yes.
Okay. Um, who were you referred by?
I was referred by my doctor.
By your doctor?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, so what exactly is it that you're coming in for today?
Well, recently I've just had like very major anxiety and depression with like everything going on in my life. And so I just kind of need some resources, maybe some therapy or something with like counseling because I don't really want to go towards the route of medications.
Okay. Um, Do you have any kind of victimization as far as like domestic violence or any sexual assaults or anything like that?
No, my ex-boyfriend was abusive, but I think that's why everything's kind of triggering now, with
Okay.
depression, anxiety. Yeah,
Okay. And when you say abusive, can you explain that to me a little bit more? Was it emotional, physical, verbal, sexual,
it was verbal. Yeah.
verbal? Okay. Um, what's your abuser's name?
Um, Bob,
Okay. And does Bob identify as a male or as a female?
male.
Male. Okay.
Mhm.
And you said that's your ex-boyfriend, correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Um, let me see here. Is it just you or do you have children as well?
No, it's just myself.
Just yourself. Okay. So do you identify as single, married, divorced,
I'm single.
single?
Mhm.
Okay. And you said you're looking into some resources and some counseling, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Any physical disabilities that we need to be made aware of?
No.
No? Okay. Um, was there any, excuse me, as far as your ex-boyfriend, was there any substance abuse or any strangulations or anything like that with him?
I think he had a little bit of alcohol addiction.
Okay. Was there any arrests made with him?
No, so I kind of left right before, because he was verbally abusive, and it kind of started seeming like he was going to be physically abusive. So I kind of left before that could happen. It could get to that extreme.
Okay. And you said no children, correct?
Yeah, no children.
So you're not needing any shelter services right now, right?
At this moment, no.
Okay. Um, can you just give me like a brief description of like your story, your situation, um, what you're expecting to get out of this, or what kind of resources you may be looking into?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So basically, it's just um, like with everything going on, like I'm working, and then the whole leaving my verbal abusive relationship with my ex-boyfriend, that's been kind of taking a toll on me, and I've felt very alone. Like I don't really want to talk to my family about it because I don't want them to get involved, but at the same time I do need help. um,
Okay.
and I just don't want to go back to that relationship, but I don't know, it's been hard.
Okay. So it kind of sounds like you're more interested more on the counseling aspect of things. Am I understanding that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so maybe trying to work more on yourself and the confidence and maybe some boundaries and stuff.
Yeah, all of that.
Okay. Um, with your ex-boyfriend, when was the last contact you had with him? Do you feel like you're safe? Do you feel like we need to maybe look into like a protection order or anything like that?
I think so because like I don't physically go and talk to him, but like he'll like message me and like say he's gonna like come look for me and stuff, and I'm kind of scared. I don't know if he would go and do something like that, but I am a little scared. I don't feel safe.
Okay. So what we can do after we're done here is I can get you the protection order packet and you can fill out all of that. And then what can happen is if you want somebody to go with you to the courthouse and file it, somebody can definitely go with you and do that
Okay.
with you. And we can look into waiving the fees if that's possible as well. So that's, we could do that for him. Um, let's see. Are there any financial risks going on? Or is
No,
everything? No? Okay. Are there any concerns about legal issues?
no.
No? Okay. What kinds of social support do you have?
I have my family and friends, but it's also it's how would I say it? Like I don't want to reach out to them and let them know what's going on.
Okay.
So that's why I kind of came here because I don't want my parents and my friends to get involved with everything going on.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are there any concerns about your mental health,
Uh,
emotional stress?
yeah, emotionally just strained, tired, stressed, and
Okay. Are there any concerns with substance abuse?
yeah.
No. Um, all right. So I'm gonna have you sign some papers. And this is just gonna be going over all of your client rights, letting you know that you have the right to free, voluntary, confidential services. You have the right to make your own decisions. You have the right to receive services that work for you specifically. You have the right to access services without discrimination. You have the right to meaningful language access from the Family Crisis Services Center. You have the right to confidential communication with staff. You have the right to obtain a copy of your file. Everyone at Family Crisis Services has the right to keep their presence at our office and our shelter facility confidential. Um, and everyone at Family Crisis Services has a right to a clean and physically safe environment in our office and in the shelter facility. And you have the right to be heard, including if there is a conflict. Okay, so I'll have you sign this paper after. And then the next paper is just a release of liability, release of information. Um, this is just saying that you are aware of the risks and the hazards inherent upon entering the premises here at Family Crisis Services, that you understand that at times in an emergency situation, that you may receive assistance with transportation provided by Family Crisis Services. According to the law, staff and the volunteers at Family Crisis Services are obligated to report any child abuse or neglect and or to warn any person of a threat or element of danger. In the event of either of those situations should occur, Family Crisis Services are volunteers from any consequences that might arise from making such a report, and that you understand that Family Crisis Services staff and volunteers may at times share info with each other to ensure enhanced care between therapists, advocates, director, and all of the other staff and volunteers. Okay. And then this last one is just over funding. It just asks some questions about your income and how much you make and stuff. And then I think that's it for this intake form. So what will happen is I will make the referral to the counseling team and they will review it as a team, and then one of them will be giving you a call to set up a time that works best for you. We do offer it to be via telehealth, or if you feel more comfortable coming in, we can also accommodate that as well.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Just I guess like in how many days should I hear back from you? Well,
Um, Within probably the next 3 to 4 days, somebody should be giving you a call back to let you know. And then I'm going to give you that paper, the packet for the protection order, and then if you can fill that out and bring it back, or if you need assistance with it, we can help with that as well.
okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.